Next, we're going to look at the apothecary system. The apothecary system is the original system of measurement for medications. Although it is not commonly used, I checked with nursing instructors just last semester, and they would still like us to be familiar with this system as it is part of the nursing curriculum. Most recently, the licensure exams no longer include the apothecary system, but it may be a little bit of time before the apothecary system is completely out of the hospital settings, and so that's why you as a student nurse need to be familiar with it. All of the conversions that are commonly used are in your pre-lecture notes, and so we're just going to look at writing items from the apothecary system because they're written what feels like essentially backwards to the metric system. So our goal here is to write the following apothecary system amounts using both Roman numerals and the symbols. So the first one we have is 12 grains. And in the apothecary system, we're going to write the abbreviation first, so GR for grain, and we use the GR so that we don't mix this up with gram from the metric system. And then we have to write the Roman numeral 12, so that would be 10 plus 2. And most commonly, lowercase Roman numerals are used with the apothecary system. Now, it looks so odd, but in some ways that's a really good thing because when we come to an apothecary measurement in a problem, we right away recognize that it's not metric because it's written so differently. Let's try the next one. Our abbreviation for minims can either be MIN, it can just be a plain M, or it can be an M with a long tail. So any of them are acceptable. We would know this isn't minutes based on the context. We would know this isn't meters based on the context, and then this symbol is unique. Next, we have to represent 32. So for the tens place, 10, 20, 30, and then 2 I's. And again, doing it all lowercase. So we'll put a comma there, 10, 20, 30, 2. Comma, or minim 10, 20, 32. So any of those would be acceptable. Our next one is the dram, and because our directions up here tell us to use symbols, we're going to try the dram symbol. It's really like a cursive Z, so like that. In your notes it's typewritten, so it looks more like a weird 3. Then we need 60, so this is 50, which is L, plus 10. Now because the lowercase Roman numerals are typically used, a better way to write this would be with just an L and an X like this. And we can tell that this is an L and a 1 because the X is also lowercase. Can be a little bit confusing, but that's how we tell them apart by the context. And then the final one is the ounces. Again, the ounce symbol is like the dram symbol, but it has an extra loop in it. So I kind of remember this as just like the decameter symbol or the decaliter symbol is bigger, it's DA, than the deci, which is smaller. The dram is the smaller measurement, the ounce is the bigger one, and it has the bigger symbol. And then we have just 9 ounces, so 1 less than 10. And with either way that we write this symbol, it's a little bit more not as swirly when you look at it typewritten, and you have that in your pre-lecture notes. So that's all, folks, on writing apothecary measurements.